welcome back to Etalk. We're here with our Etalk reporters, Teri and Curt. Curt, what did you do last week?
Well, the holiday months are coming, things are getting a little bit colder. We need to think about the people who are less fortunate than us. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to raise awareness for the homeless, and this is what we came up with.
There you go.
It's Sunday afternoon, and you're sitting here in Varsity Grill enjoying a regular meal. You're surrounded by students, faculty, and the rest of the Elon community, most of whom at the end of today will go home, relax, maybe watch some TV, and fall asleep in their own beds. But what you do not know is that some people, and one person in particular, will not have a bed to call their own tonight. One man, John Doe, who we have encountered and interacted with, both at Varsity Grill and around Burlington, inspired us to look deeper into the issue of homelessness in our area. Our first visit was to a local shelter, Allied Churches of Burlington.
I was traveling south. There was an accident. My car was totaled. I didn't have a job. I didn't have money at that point. Didn't have a place to stay. Here I am.
Peter Thompson, Associate Pastor for Youth and College Ministries at First Presbyterian Church, stresses the need for youth to volunteer in their community. They're serving dinner to those who are in need.
Their sense of awareness is heightened greatly when they're able to come, and particularly when they're able to come and see folks that they may go to school with.
One member of the youth ministry was happy to lend a hand.
I feel like anything I could do, because I could just as easily be in their position. There are tons of kids here my age who are doing this, and so I feel like, I should take every opportunity to help them, just to get a better feel of how lucky I am.
None of us are better than another. None of us are less than another. But we're all here to be a community and to reach out. And so I think if we can keep our eyes and our ears open, our hearts will do the same.
After hearing firsthand accounts from the homeless, Etalk reporter Curt Lestan wanted to experience the daily life of the local homeless personally.
Ma'am, do you have any change? Ma'am, do you have any change?
Sorry?
Do you have any change?
No.
Do you have any change, ma'am?
We found that the majority of people were reluctant to help.
Ma'am, do you have any spare change?
I don't have any cash, sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't look away from the person on the
Ma'am, do you
street.
have any change?
If somebody comes up to you and says, I'm hungry, I need some money, don't automatically assume that it's going to go for drugs or alcohol. Take him on faith.
I have change now.
Oh, thank you so
There
much.
you go.
Thank you, ma'am. You too. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Get you something to eat.
I will. Thank you. Oh, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you. You too, guys. Thank you.
Depending on a stranger for your next meal and living in uncertainty is no easy life. Curt experienced homelessness for 2 days, but for some, this struggle continues. The money Curt raised was donated to Allied Churches.
Wow, guys, that was awesome. But that must have been a really unique experience. Can you guys say what you learned from it?
Well, one of the things that I took away, one of the big things that I took away from it was my experience with actually trying to be homeless for a day or two. And honestly, besides it being a challenge, because I tried not to eat before I did it. I tried not to shower. I tried to really get a sense of what it's like. Now, granted, I can't really understand truly, but I tried my best. And people are really giving. They really are. You'll have people who walk by and you ask for some change, and they will reach in their own pocketbook and their own wallets to give me some money, which was tremendously nice of them. And then you have the people who walk by and pretend like you're not there, that you're not sitting there asking for money. And you know what? It is hurtful, and it's really not a good feeling when you're relying on them for your next meal. So certainly awakens my eyes to think, hey, the next time I see someone asking for a few change, you might as well give it to them. It doesn't hurt you, and it really helps them out.
Do you think that having people ignore you, was that the biggest challenge that you faced, or was it kind of harder to just not eat for that whole entire time?
Well, I think it was the biggest challenge, because you really got disappointed and you felt let down, because once again you are relying on strangers for your next meal, and it's certainly a tough challenge to overcome. And with everyone walking by, every single person who walks by, your heart drops a little bit more. But it does get picked back up when they come by and they do come through for you, and it's truly a great feeling.
So would you say the majority of people were giving money, or were most people just walking by and ignoring you?
From what I saw, definitely the little kids were the ones who noticed Curt the most. They would like tug on their parents' like clothing and say, will you give them some money? And that was probably the most inspiring like moment that I saw.
The kids definitely don't hide it. I mean, you'll have grown-ups walk by and try to not notice you intentionally, but little kids, I mean, they don't have filters like that. They don't have boundaries like that. They don't mind staring. And you can tell with their look in their eyes that they want to help, but they can't.
Mm-hmm. I know that a lot of Elon students are probably going to learn a lot from your piece, and I think we'll be really moved by it, because a lot of Elon students don't really know what's going on right in Alamance County. So thank you so much for doing that.
Of course.
We'll be right back, guys.
After the break, join us for some Zumba, and you don't want to miss a special performance from Twisted Measure.